Hello everyone, my name is Laura DeBruin and welcome to my persuasive speech on global warming. Ever since the Ice Age has ended, our Earth's temperature has risen approximately 16 degrees Fahrenheit and our sea levels have risen 300 feet. The Earth's warm period usually lasts approximately 15,000 to 20,000 years, and then an Ice Age climate is due to take over. However, since the 1980s, the Earth's temperature has already begun a steady increase. Now the fear of the Ice Age has turned into global warming. There are many factors that contribute to our Earth's heating up, yet people are still ignoring what could happen in the future. You might be wondering what global warming really is. Global warming is the average temperature of the Earth's atmosphere and oceans in recent decades and its projected continuation. This is a picture of the Portage Glacier that was in Alaska. This is a picture in 1914 when the glacier was fully developed. And then during the Industrial Revolution between the 1950s and 1960s, our glaciers have begun to melt. Now, this is a picture of the same glacier which was, and now this is 2004, is completely melted. What are the causes of global warming? According, the National Resource Defense Council states that carbon dioxide and other air pollutants that have been collecting in our atmosphere replicate a thick blanket that traps the sun's heat, which causes the planet to warm up. The largest U.S. source of carbon dioxide pollution is coal-burning power plants, in which produce 2.5 billion tons a year. This is a graph of the global atmospheric concentration of the carbon dioxide. It's measured in parts per million, and in 1870 it was at around 290 parts per million, but as you can see in the 1950s, 1960s, when the Industrial Revolution took place, there's a massive increase in the release of carbon dioxide. In the year 2000, it has come to about 370 parts per thousand. According to the Natural Resources Defense Council, automobiles are the second largest source of the release of carbon dioxide. They create nearly 1.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide a year. A lot of these cars include SUVs, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, those kinds of cars. The biggest contributor are the SUVs. Next, solar variation. Solar variations are the changes in the amount of radiant energy that is emitted by the sun. There are two researchers from Duke University, Bruce West and Nicola Safetta, that have estimated that the sun may have contributed to 45 to 50% in average of an increase in the average surface temperature between the years of 1900 to year 2000. There are many effects that global warming can do on our Earth. First of all, dramatic water shortages in the American West will occur due to melting glaciers, early snow melts, and severe drought. The increase in sea levels will cause coastal flooding on the eastern seaboard, Florida, as well as other areas and the Gulf Coast. Forests, farms, and cities will encounter new pests and an increase in mosquito-borne diseases. The disruption in habitats, for example coral reefs and alpine meadows, could lead to many plant and animal species becoming extinct. You might be wondering, what are major corporations doing to help global warming, to decrease it? Decrease the emittance of carbon dioxide? First of all, there's wind power. They use the windmills, and mostly in Northern California we have a lot of them. use less energy, and it's a natural way of collecting energy so they don't emit carbon dioxide, as well as solar power. This is another way of getting energy naturally from the sun without emitting carbon dioxide. Another thing is the automobile companies are trying, or actually creating cars that are more fuel efficient that will emit less carbon dioxide as well. You might be wondering, what are ways that we can help? First of all, you can turn off your computer or your television when you're not using them. Heating up water takes up energy, so taking shorter showers also helps. You can keep your rooms cooler by closing your blinds, your shades, your curtains, or your shutters when it's hot outside. You can turn off your lights when you leave a room. Also using compact fluorescent bulbs. Continuing, you can use a fan instead of air conditioning when it's colder outside. And when it's hotter, when it's warmer outside, when it's cold outside, instead of turning up the heat, you can always put more clothing on. And keeping your air filters clean is also another key thing to do. And instead of driving short distances, you can always walk. Planting a tree also, and recycling. Okay. Global warming is not something to be taken lightly. This heating of the earth can affect our future greatly if we do not do something to lower it. Solutions are being thought of every day, and there is always a lot of information available. It is important to create awareness and let people know exactly what is going on. We do not want our future generations to wonder what New York City was like because we were unable to prevent the solar ice caps from melting. So the more the world and the government do to help, the better the outcome could be. Thank you.